Hello, my YouTube people. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Upendo. I am a reading teacher and I help different learners in their journey of reading. But also, I support parents on different ways on how they can support their learners as far as reading is concerned. And today, I would like to share with you my step-by-step ways which I do in the process of teaching a learner how to read. I have some of the tools that I usually use during my teaching. I have a board here, I have a marker, I have some flashcards, but also I love using some magnetic letters. So, teaching a child how to read depends on the ability and development of a child. But also, we have to remember each child is different and they learn differently. Reading is a skill that needs to be acquired and help so that a child can have the skill and the knowledge how reading is done, other than memorizing words. Many a times, from the schools and the system, how things are done, we are usually given a list of words so that we make the child memorize and be able to read those words and believe that at a certain point, a child will be able to read those words. That is not reading. As far in as much as cooking is a skill, driving is a skill, same as reading is a skill that helps the brain to process information, but also to acquire those skills. And as a teacher, I would really advise you to if your child is beginning to read, make sure that you start by focusing on your child understanding the phonics of the alphabet other than their letter names. So today I will share with you step by step how I do my reading with different learners. And these have worked both for beginner readers, it has worked for struggling readers, and also it has worked for learners who learn differently, such as the dyslexia. So before you begin to read, make sure that a child has developed well, the language development. But also, the first step in reading, make sure that your child has the knowledge, the letter phonics knowledge, the sounds of the alphabet. So if I want my child to read this word, man, if I encourage my child, if my child knows the letter names, M-A-N, main. Is it? Main. But if my child knows the sounds of the alphabet, he'll be able to say M, A, N, and put them together as man. So the first step for your child to know how to read, you need to know the letter sounds. The letter sounds. I usually do this by, first of all, introduce my child to the flashcards, and then I also help them by encouraging them to be involved with the sounds and the magnetic letters. This helped me and help them to touch, feel, and know what to be and relate. What sound is it? What letter is it? So, for example, the first step we have to know that is to know the letter sounds. A child has to know the letter sounds. If this is mm, mm, eh, all these are the letter sounds, but I wouldn't encourage my child to read, to say this as its letter name, as in M, A, N. But you have to encourage your child to read the letter sounds. Also, reading is not about cramming. So, for example, if I have this picture here, this is a picture of an egg, right? Then I encourage my child to look at this picture and say, okay, I'm expecting my child to read this one like, okay. So my child, maybe he knows the egg and he just say egg, but that's not reading. It means the child, he has related the picture to the word. He has not used the skill of reading to be able to read this word egg. So the number one step of teaching your child how to read is to know the letter sound. After then, when you are competent that my child has now known all the letter sounds, But also, I would encourage you not to focus maybe on all the 26 letters at a time, at, a, at first, all of them at once. No, I would encourage you to at least pick a certain group of words, maybe 6 letters to start with, so that you focus with them. Focusing with them means that you can choose. If today I have started to teach letter sound, I can, depending on the understanding of the child, I can take like the first day I introduce the sound, the second day I review the sound, and then I see if the child has mastered, I am able to change or teach another sound to my child. But depending on the understanding of the child, you can teach at least one sound a week or 3 days. And that should be fun. It should not be as hectic as it is. 10 to 15 minutes to 30 minutes is all enough for you to teach your child how to read. And then I'll go to the second step. The second step of teaching your little one how to read is now to put those sounds together, to put those sounds together for them to be able to read that word. This is a silly word, g, a, gaff, right? If a child has crammed to read such of the words, some might stuck and not be able to read this word. But if a child has the skill of reading, he will be able to read this word by focusing on the letter sounds. So it means that here I will have my sound g, a, so I will say g, a, gaff. But this might be so big for some of the learners. So you might start by at least 2 letter words, a, t, or n. But also before writing, coming to write these words, you can start by oral blending. So you're going to tell your child that, okay, mommy or daddy is going to share with you. I'm going to say, I, n. What can I get? In. What can I get? Up. So by that, until the child masters that skill, then you'll be able also to transfer that skill into writing after doing the oral blending. So the second step is oral blending. From that point, then you can introduce your child to start now reading the CVC words, at least 3-letter words. So that like this, where you can teach your child to read like words like j, a, m. Now, because my child has known the sound, he'll be able to read j, a, m, jam. So at times, this is one of the places that most of the children stuck. But if you see your child stuck, you can try by just stretching it. Jam, jam, jam. You see, jam, jam. Then you stretch. Sometimes you can just try to draw a rod and you use his toy car just to run, like jam, jam. So this is the second stage on how to help your little one to know how to read. So I've shared some of my ways that I teach the children how to read. And I hope through this, you'll be able to know where's the gap and how to support your little one, how to teach on how to read and write. But also on the next videos, I'll be posting step by step, the first step, how I do it, the second step on how I do it, and the third step. We will start with these 3 steps on how to teach your little one how to read. From there, after making sure that your child has learned at least most of the individual sounds such as jump, cat, hat, r, d, e. This is a. Then you are able to introduce them to bigger words, which we call digraph, such as the digraph sh. We also introduce them to other bigger words, the digraph ch, the ow sound. All of those are so important that your child needs to master them before introducing them to any bigger word. Please do not assume that my child will eventually know how to read at a certain point if you do not give them the steps on how reading is done. Thank you very much. Subscribe to our channel and we'll keep on sharing with you the good news.